Right, indeed. It's another beautiful Friday morning. Good morning, Lima.
Good morning, Jones.
Legal Lima. Good morning. How was your night?
Good morning. It was okay. How was yours?
Yeah, well, restful. Not as much as I wanted, really, because it's mango for Gabak,
Was
for
there light?
Kamia. Yes. You know, luckily for me, well, while I might not say it's 24 hours, but I'm having, appreciable.
Then you must be very lucky,
frequency of
Jones.
lights,
You must be very lucky.
Yeah, I am, Thanks to God for that. So these days, well, let me tell you, the funny thing will happen this morning, that I sat inside bathroom at the once, and the light goes. So I was done that can come from be there now, be there now.
Oh, I see, okay.
But where I sabi my place, I just do this other blind man business.
Yeah, because you already know the
exactly.
But
Jones,
I did. Something has been bothering me since yesterday. I don't know if you're aware of, if you're following the events happening around the border between Guinea and Sierra Leone.
Okay.
I learned that some Sierra Leoneans were deported.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's deportation or they were just bagged and brought to the borders.
They are deported, actually.
And I've seen some videos on social media that's really disturbing.
About what?
Of these people.
Yes, I've seen them myself.
Who were sent to the border area. What is happening with
media actually spoke with someone
our relations with Guinea? Because it was my understanding that they were just together in, was it in Liberia? Guinea,
I'm not sure
the Guinean
there's any problem between Sierra
president.
Leone and Guinea, really. I just feel, well, another school of thought, or another source would say that these people were removed from, settlements in Guinea that the Guinean government deemed to be, drug, peddling communities. And so they were trying to dissolve those communities.
And they're associating these drug peddling activities with the Sierra Leoneans.
So some of our people, I want to believe so. That's what I'm hearing around, really. That's not the official source, really, but,
well,
this
go
is
deeper than this. This is becoming a trend. Because I don't know if you can remember, some Liberian personnel at some point did point fingers at Sierra Leoneans as well, saying, well, the dog is coming from Sierra Leone, this is the hub and the like.
Don't forget that we've had a history with this country. So a while ago, I think it was a year or so ago, our embassy vehicle, in Guinea was, caught, and in it was some, sobering
illegal
size
substances.
of drugs that was found in it, As a result, the ambassador was sent back to SL. Investigations were ongoing.
About that investigation?
About it and all of that. So
any updates,
really
Jones?
I'm not sure, because I asked the last time,
Where is that ambassador now?
I don't know, really. It's something that we should take up, really. I would really want to know, because I think the last time I asked was it the Minister of Civic Education, Mr. Barr? But it wasn't clear, though, Most times, these cases are just swept under the carpet, But again, let me tell you, it behooves all of us as journalists, media practitioners, and even media houses to... One thing that we are not too good at in this country, the media, is we forget quickly. There are follow-up stories, and that's where we are very weak as a country. Most media houses do not do follow-up stories on, issues, past issues, So, for example, a media house can choose to fixate attention on a particular thing or idea that had happened, actually, and try to follow up, about an investigation of sorts. Another one is Justice Hallowell or so, who was suspended, from the judiciary. And it was claimed that, a tribunal had been set up and they were investigating, Up till now, we've not heard from the judiciary as well. So these things are lingering, right? It's the same thing you've asked about, the ambassador to Guinea, in whose vehicle quantum of, drug was seen. It's problematic, it's dangerous, and it doesn't look well for the country, especially when it discusses trade and all these kinds of things.
It's affecting our image as Sierra Leoneans
greatly. And right now the trial of Bolios Lidekers has started, And
in absentia.
Yes, exactly. The government is claiming that about 500 and something, million dollars or so, yes, worth of cocaine was shipped from Sierra Leone to. I mean, these are harrowing headlines. If you ask me, it's not good for business actually. And it brings me to the point that I wanted to talk about this morning, because yesterday I listened to the President, His Excellency Julius Maada, making a presentation, a speech, if you like, at the fourth edition of the FII Priority Summit in Miami, in the USA, where he, was basically talking about business in Sierra Leone, luring, international business experts to come to Africa, particularly, to do business, because of the rich minerals we have, cobalt, bauxite, rutile, and all of these things. He was making a case for Africa. But the unfortunate thing is, I mean, you can make a case as the head of state, as the president, but at the end of the day, if our parties are locking horns, are throwing tantrums everywhere, are brewing hostility everywhere, a while ago the APC had said that they were going to protest, and then yesterday we heard from the, the chairman of the SLPP party saying that they too would protest if the APC did protest. I mean, these are dangerous.
What would they be protesting about?
I don't know. That's the question we're asking. I listened to my colleague Lamana Bar just now. He was also talking about it. These are problematic things, because no businessman will want to come to a country where there is rife on settlement. There is political tension, there is problem, fracas everywhere, and toxicity.
Yeah.
That brings me to the point yesterday. Someone was attacking me just because I was asking questions to the mayor. Understand that some of us here, and like I said this man clear, we get beaucoup people away, now we fumble them, now we paddy them, right? People who study with now university, right? You get people who don't travel, we go to other country, then go study there with. Where now people in a different party than this country. You don't mean say because some of we not join politics, that means say we hate them people and they know. Now me job they do. If you feel say you sabi do journalism pass me, can't do them. Last see you, right? A lot of the time, because someone can get data in cheap mobile phone and yours, they grab them and insult people and brazenly. Yesterday, the effrontery actually of one way they talk, say, "How me they beat my wife." You don't even know my wife. I'm one of the most beautiful lawyers in this country. You know, yes, they were attacking me up because they asked tough questions to the mayor yesterday, and while hey, this guy a good guy, this guy. The idiocy for me actually. People don't even know what in constitute journalism. And let me tell you something. When I feel say this work here. So now what way you do possible glad for you, then you're mistaken really. You're the biggest joker of the century actually. If you say being a sober journalist, people will like you. You must be mistaken. You are perhaps the jester of the centuries, right? This work not a work where person will like you ordinarily really. Me I can always say this. I go na bed na net, na God na they survive me, I make I live so, right? You kill me, I die, no problem. Me granny, before you die, I talk say, when man die, now life done. But as long as you don't die with a live so, some of when we choose journalism. I could have been a very brilliant lawyer. I have a lot of lawyers in my family actually. My wife is a lawyer too. My colleague here, Alima, is a lawyer. I have several of them actually at the AYV here who chose law later on, right? So my free companies, I'm not a dropout really. I'm a well-educated journalist. All the kind of also with left, so they tell one kid sleep, so they read all net for can do programs now. So I'm not for they appreciate the work what they do. Really. But if they come and they attack you because they ask tough questions, then you go up your TV, go do your own program last see. Right? It is my 14th year as a journalist in this country. It's not easy. If you feel say it's easy, then go on. By the way, I just feel say again, at the time we would go through the hostility there also between the two parties, the religious community will come out very strongly. We're waiting to hear from the Inter-Religious Council, the Council of Imams, the Council of Paramount Chiefs. One of the big one in this country, Many times we can sit down on a sermon, on a prayer, then a mock, so on the prayer and all that stuff. That they now have to come out strongly, for trying to solve the tension and the impasse where they happen right now.
CCSL
we're really counting on you guys.
Or the Inter-Religious Council itself, but
that position paper, na parliament.
There was a position paper.
Yeah, about the ongoing amendments, yes, for this electoral, bill with a table of parliament, for electoral reform stemming from the tripartite. And I never been do actually. But we want for your reform, they really, but the impasse with them. Because when this thing happens to governance is stall. While the SLPP, they argue that so they proceed with governance, understand that it's a huge chasm. There's a huge lacuna actually, Because governance not to body ruling party no more. Again for do with all man.
Democracy.
You know, democracy, you understand? If you waiting up now so this morning, now what could they do so? Right? So all that important in a democracy. So they ask that, you know, let peace prevail, actually. Because when this thing they happen and the people that they suffer, like I said yesterday and I repeat them back, we don't ever see politicians and strike in this country waiting in there. We don't ever see a strike who are the short. We don't ever see that the strike when they make plaba because things they're expensive in the country. Or if fuel price they go up on a strike in this country. Never have you. Really. And in most cases, that the people in the stand for loss when NCR they happen. Because when we come, we get limited time in power, 10 years. Well, we have to use them for deliver. Right? You go say, okay, opposition not important, but they're important. Look, yesterday I was talking to the mayor. You know, in office vacant right now. There are a lot of things them way supposed for to do right now, but because of the problem where they happen, so you're not in an office, you're in deputy. You understand? And you hear from the Mami yesterday clearly that you know go to the council because na party put on there. Not so you go there for himself. Now you don't believe that, that's what you feel. I'm not saying she's wrong. Me give me your opinion. By the way, all of the things that are the station opinion, only the stuff really, yeah. Everything for do the Africa Young Voices. These are personal stuff from your perspective, you know. As a journalist and how they look at things, really. So not go begin first because they say your opinion, I'm your opinion on this. You know, beats me for them. Yeah, it's not academic, you know, it's not a thesis, really. It's not a research. I just they call them world view. How they look at things and analyze and process them based on my background and the things that are also dear to me. You understand? And so you say can do likewise, you understand, but do so decently. I don't ever insult person I also questions that they ask as a journalist. And you have got civic responsibility wherever you're there. We need to begin to ask questions. Just yesterday night, before I left, close off, the Parliament of Sierra Leone obliged to the request, the actual request we citizens Baribi don't do, headed by Eleanor Thompson, a good friend of mine. Yes, you know, for publish the names, numbers, and email addresses, you know, of all the parliamentarians in this country. These are the things we like to see. And our people are more ordinary citizens, and so on, and they do this. You understand? The request for know their leaders then. Because you know, say, the last election, most of the MP, they are people not sabi there. You understand? They don't vote for them directly. Really. You understand? The system will be used, no, give that kind, you know, clarity there. Because na symbol you vote for. And at the party, they later they decide. And I can understand why the mayor yesterday, they argue that, you know, the party them, they're very important in the conversation. They are right now because of the last electoral system will be used in the country. Because that the party, they're the symbol and I didn't vote for. Not to people in passe. You understand? So, anyways, this is Sierra Leone, and we'll continue to live. We pray that things get better, inshallah, so mashallah, by the grace of God. Let better can this nation. I would pray for. Every morning we wake up, so they do the people's job. Or they do them so that they go better. I mean, work this me they do. You self do your own. So you do so. And by the way, I not even mention that you're a very great cook. You know, I forget to mention.
Well, you don't always have to mention it.
Hey. But anyways, good morning. Good morning to you, you know, lovely viewers. It's the 27th day of March in the year 2026. We are slowly progressing. We're closing off the first quarter soon. You know, that go talk so good on there by now. The year they run fast these days.
I'm telling you.
Do not procrastinate. Do it if you can while you have time. And it's, as I said, it's the 27th day in the month of March. So good morning to our viewers in the USA, Canada, Australia, the UK, you know, wherever you're watching us from, Russia, you know, Pakistan, you know, Turkmenistan, the UAE, you know, Dubai, wherever you are this morning. Good morning to our friends in Liberia, in Ghana, you know, in Kenya, and across Africa. You're watching the Africa Young Voices, and this is Wake Up Sierra Leone, which is a breakfast program. You are hearing us on radio this morning on 101.7 frequency modulation, and you're also watching us on TV on channel 33. Do not forget that we're also streaming online. We are on Facebook this morning on AYV News.
And YouTube.
We're on YouTube as well. You know, go there and participate. Drop your comments, your thoughts around what we're discussing this morning on the comment section. We are also most recently on TikTok. And there's a growing community of, you know, AYV lovers, you know, subscribers who are watching our programs on a daily basis. Join them this morning and have a field day. The program, my name is Victor Jones.
And I am Alimata George. Stay with us throughout the show as we bring you interviews, sports, entertainment, and many more in this 2 hours of information and learning here on AYV TV and radio. We are broadcasting live from the top of Tower Hill in the heart of the beautiful capital, Freetown. We do encourage your feedback and input on our AYV News Facebook page. But first, let's get a quick message from our sponsor, Rokel Commercial Bank, and other advertisers, and we shall be right back with you.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Rokel Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combra account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service. Showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Rokel SimCopper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, Afri-Money, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Rokel e-banking today. Then join us now. Visit any of our branches or explore our website. Rokel Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
Sorry, Carl, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me memory, Michael. Can if I can say you give me this people in not to in Andy. Michael, today you pay me my money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now, you not send me money and then you not give me back my money. Today, give me my money.
You know ever sabi goodness in life. I send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I dey able to send money. Now Baku Africa countries them.
With Afri money, we'll be able to send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party we know this, we know for the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. I mean now, una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able to send money even if you not use app, even if you know the online directly. All you need for do, you just dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
Welcome back. You're watching Wake Up Sierra Leone on the Africa Young Voices Media Empire. We are broadcasting from the top of Tile in this beautiful and sprawling city, Freetown.
Coming up in the program today, JIT Foundation, Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, and the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration are set to host in Freetown for the fourth time in Sierra Leone's Coastal Unity Boat Race 2026 to promote tourism, culture, and pure coastal vibes from the 4th to 5th April 2026. We shall be discussing the build-up.
Also this morning, one of Sierra Leone's Afro-fusion, Afrobeat and Amapiano singer, songwriter, and lyricist, if you like to call him, I-Tribe, will be speaking on his upcoming show, Sweet, on April 4th at the Bintumani Car Park in Freetown. This morning as well, we shall be speaking to the winner of AYV Cypher West Coast Battle, Sallieu Munu, aka Echo Wizz. He will be speaking on his victory and plans ahead. Do not forget to join in on the conversation, have your bite of the cherry on our Facebook page, it's AYV News. You can also utilize our TikTok page, it's there, AYV News. We are also on YouTube on AYV News this morning. And now with barely 7 days ahead of the Sierra Leone's Coastal Unity Boat Race 2026, which is set to bring energy, culture and pure coastal vibes to Chapter 1 beachfront in Freetown from the 4th to the 5th of April this year. However, get ready for a thrilling race, great music and unforgettable moments by the seaside. Now, this is more than an event. It's a celebration, if you like, of unity, community and the beauty of our coastline in Sierra Leone. Now, the Sierra Leone Coastal Unity Boat Race 2026 is going to be organized by JEED Foundation in concert with the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and Sierra Leone Maritime Administration. So this morning to talk about this boat race, you know, its impact on tourism, you know, and the plans for, you know, improving our hospitality sector across Sierra Leone, joined by Dr. Walton Kundayo-Gilpin. He's CEO of JEED Foundation. He also doubles as the managing director, as you know, of Rokel Commercial Bank. And flanked by Emmanuel Sarr Suma. Emmanuel is from the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. Both of them are here this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Doctor, it's a pleasure indeed. Doctor, please, can you help us get an insight generally about what this program is all about? I understand it's a race, it's a boat race. How do you come in?
Well, thanks ever so much, and good morning to the viewers. Ideally, this stems on the back of like years of thinking. You know, the JEED Foundation started way back in 2007 when I was out of Sierra Leone, and there's always been an interest in ensuring that what we have in Sierra Leone is put to the fore. We can showcase our cuisine, we can showcase our maritime life, we can showcase our coastline, we can showcase our terra firma. And with this potential that we have in Sierra Leone, we need to be sure that we can make sure Sierra Leone is known internationally for the right reasons. And as a Sierra Leonean, traversing the world, I mean, I live in the South Pacific, I live in the Caribbean, I live in Africa, I live in Europe, I live in Asia. I was everywhere, and I would see what these other countries do, and I would determine in my heart that someday we'll do this and more in Sierra Leone. Peradventure, we were a landlocked country. Maybe we'll have to use the rivers as our potential for water, but now we are a country that is by the ocean. We have a big coast, Freetown is a peninsula, and so one area of massive potential is our aquatic resource. And back then I saw boat races in England with Cambridge against Oxford University. I saw boat races in Reno Island, I saw in Rodrigues Island, I saw Mauritius. And I also realized that living in the Pacific, they have this potential. And then we came home, and I also realized that we have a boat race in Banff, you know, and that's a very beautiful experience which the president is actively involved in. And pushing further, I realized that we have the Ministry of Tourism, which does massive things in Sierra Leone. They had the reggae show, they've done other things, which are really great. So I shared this vision with the Ministry of Tourism, and voila, they really jumped on it. They're like, this is what we need to do for Sierra Leone, and this is where we need to be. Share the vision also with AfriCell, and they bought it greatly, and we decided, let's make it happen. So what we thought was, look, we're going to have a situation where you can bring all the coastal communities together. Now, here comes the human development, the economic development, the contribution to GDP, the coastal areas, the coastal, should I say, populations, play a big role, you know, in bringing, marine food to Sierra Leone. Bring the fish, and they strip the fish, they sell the fish, and those areas are like deprived. You know, we need to look how we can encourage them to grow. And there's a huge potential for tourism across the coastal line. And so the coastal communities were contacted, and we are massively excited about this. Now you see the potential for Sierra Leone right here, right there. It can go international, and we can have people all over the world who want to come and participate. People in the sub-region want to participate, and we can start having it for the Guineans, the Liberians. We come together and we do it. So the background to this is the Ministry of Tourism has really taken a big push in this. They bought into it. The people of Sierra Leone have taken a big push into this. And we want to see on the Easter weekend with Chapter 1 also being excited about it. I mean, the most, should I say, one of the most pristine nightclubs in the sub-region, you know, and that's a massive area of venue of entertainment. So Chapter 1 also came on board. So we're using the coastline just outside Chapter 1 as a launching pad for the race. And it's going to be a big carnival, it's going to be a big weekend, and the families are invited, everybody's invited. Ministry of Tourism, the Maritime Association, the Navy, the Marine Police, all the sponsors have come on board, and I think it's going to be a massive win for Sierra Leone, which will be on the calendar of the Ministry of Tourism as a national event. And it also coincides with Sierra Leone at 65. It's the year of communication and creativity for the Ministry of Tourism. Sierra Leone, we have a huge potential. We're going to make the world see it.
From the ministry's perspective, I was reading last night, and I made to understand that marine and coastal tourism contribute about $80 billion, you know, to Africa's GDP. It supports over 24 million jobs across Africa. How is the ministry leveraging on this? I understand that there are huge potentials, you understand, not only for the country, but even for the coastal communities.
Thank you very much, Victor. So as Doc has rightly mentioned, this was something that we had wanted to do in 2025, but we couldn't for one or two reasons. So when Dr. Gilpie and Gid Foundation came up with the idea, it was really an alignment of purpose and alignment of visions. And I think we must thank Dr. Gilpin and Gid Foundation for demonstrating a kind of patriotic duty. And I think it shows just what can be achieved when the private sector collaborates with the public sector, as long as the right takers are there. And that has always been the minister's vision. She has always pivoted toward a private sector driven tourism industry. With regards to how we're leveraging on this, we're fully on board. We understand this is our year of culture and creativity, and we want to highlight every facet of our culture. And we understand that the maritime culture, though it's a time-honored culture, it's a time-honored tradition, it's not given the limelight that it deserves. Most of them are looked down upon, they're looked at condescendingly. I think this Coastal Unity Boat Race presents a golden opportunity to really just deepen the relationship going forward. We've had the opportunity to discuss with them, to engage with them. And in the period of discussions, in the period of engagement, one gets to really have a feel of their humanity, and one gets to really have an understanding as to what they can do. Because canoeing it goes beyond fishing. Of course, we use it as a means of survival, but then there is a kind of craftsmanship, a kind of resilience, a coordination. You need to see the coordination among them, and just the joy that they display in spite of the obvious challenges that they face as communities. So as a ministry, we're fully on board. We're open not just to supporting initiatives of this kind. We want to believe that this will open the pathway for more initiatives targeting coastal communities. We're targeting 16 coastal communities in Freetown, which is really the first time it's happening to this degree, to this extent. And so we, as a ministry, as the minister is fully on board, and the minister would continue to support not just maritime culture, but really every facet of Sierra Leone's culture.
So in places like Kenya, events like they call it East Africa Ocean Festival, they've already combined boat races, they do culture and tourism all together. Now, that particular event every year attracts jobs, hundreds, thousands of jobs, for people from these coastal communities generally. They attract visitors, even tourists from different countries. In these countries, these sea races are now like a culture, a national festival. Are we envisaging such for Sierra Leone moving forward? Maybe not now, but
yeah, most definitely. I think the catalyst has already been set. This, if I must say, it has now matured into a national project. It has been given a national face as a ministry. We've written to different ministries, because it's also a sporting event. We've written to the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Information, the Ministry of Fisheries, Ministry of Transport. Of course, we're working closely with Maritime as well. We want to build on this. We believe that this is a start, and of course there'll be one or two bottlenecks, one or two lapses, but we want to ensure that it continues, because in the end it's not just tourism and culture. Life is in itself a continuum. We want to ensure that this outlives me, it outlives DOC, it outlives the Minister of Tourism, Minister Nabila Farida Tunis, it outlives Maritime Guide Foundation, it outlives all of us. This is something that we want to build going forward, and I think it can only get better from here on.
Oh, Dr. Gilpin, so the theme emphasizes unity. How does sporting coastal event of this nature translate into national cohesion? Because we definitely need that in Sierra Leone at the moment.
Definitely. Given the present need for unity, we can clearly see that in the coastal communities that we are actually interfacing with to have this particular event. Everybody cuts across each other as community people. So you have the Aberdeen community saying, we go defeat Kinjimi, we go win them. And you have Kijibi saying, left Levuma or Ayonda, we the winner. So the Levuma people speak as Levuma people, the people in Kijimi speak as Kinjimi people, and as nationals of Sierra Leone, you know, they even have their own buzzwords, they have their own ringtones, they have their own slogans and slangs that they will yell and everybody respond, and you see the cohesion amongst them. Now, the sporting event, of course, is a competition, but it's going to make them see themselves as one unit that has a pivotal role to play, not only in the coastal line, but in the wider Sierra Leone economy. And peradventure, we have to compete internationally for this. Then participants will come from those communities, and they wear the green, white, and blue. And they will go represent Sierra Leone. And they'll be thinking, okay, the Minister of Tourism said it's a year of culture, year of creativity, and the Guide Foundation said it is this, and the sponsors from Seacoast said it is this. But each one is saying it is Sierra Leone. You see, so I would say Sierra Leone is in a paradoxical situation. Like in the realm of the ancient marina, it is water, water everywhere, and yet not one drop to drink. So we need to harness this potential. We need to get the water and make it become aquatically desirable for everybody. And the unity is going to come from participating, from competing, from sharing stories, and ultimately it's going to build Sierra Leone and put Sierra Leone on the map for the right reasons.
I can only imagine the excitement in these coastal communities at the moment. What was the selection process like? How did you get to select the participants who would be participating in these races?
Well, of course, we identified the coastline and we went to as many wharfs as we can. There are many wharfs across this coastline. Yeah. And across the peninsula, these people are hardworking. You know, of course, they live in conditions that are rather deprived, and you want to see them live a better life. But they have energy in them. You see resilience in them. You see life in them. You see that they're bubbling, and you see them as Sierra Leoneans who have the passion to grow Sierra Leone. And the selection process was simple. Just go across the coastline and pick every coast that wants to participate. Okay. And that was it. Everybody had an option to participate. Spoke to them all, and everyone was supposed to say, yes, 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 we were willing to participate. Interestingly, a few were not really excited. Now are massively excited, but we'll pass that stage. So the next iteration, they will definitely come in. But it was just going out there and getting all coastline communities that want to participate. I'm
not a participant, but I'm already excited as well.
Yes.
What is it going to look like? Because, you know, when we have sporting events, usually you have different types of races. You have short distance, long distance. I mean, from what point to what point are these activities going to be?
Well, from the shoreline, they're going to go 1 nautical mile out and 1 nautical mile back.
From what point?
From the shoreline. They'll be at the chapter
from the
one.
chapter 1 end.
Yes, the chapter 1 seafront.
Okay.
Just right there. And we'll have, of course, the maritime agencies and the Navy. They and even the communities have people who are very vast with aquatic life. They understand the tide flow. They understand the movements of the waves. They understand how the coast behaves. And they understand the tide reading. These are the guys who are taking the technical lead in this. Okay? Because ideally, we don't understand the ocean. I have not been out there myself, but we're working with the communities. They are fishermen, they have Navy people who are also fishermen, they are swimmers, we have divers, so they're going to guide us as to what time we can go out, what time the water is smoothest, and how best we can do this thing. So these ones will take the lead. We're going to have judges also who are actually experts, you know, in water sports. We have people in the diplomatic corps who probably have been rowers and divers, where they come from. As I said before, I've seen this event in the UK, I've seen it in Mauritius, I've seen it in the South Pacific, I've seen it in different island countries. So we're going to have this time canoeing. It's going to be canoeing. It's almost like kayaking, and we're going to go out 1 nautical mile back out, 1 nautical mile back in, and that will be the only event on that day. It's going to be a massive event of coastal communities rowing out there. And as I said before, and he has said, the diplomatic community has been invited, ministries all have been invited. So chapter 1 is a very good location. Those who have the higher profile will be right up in the sky bar, and the rest will be down by the swimming pool and also on the beachfront. People can hang out from other buildings across the beach and see the event. And it's going to be like a carnival day. We also have on that day not only this particular water sports, we're going to have artists who are performing. We'll have like the Stazies, we'll have like Famous, we have other artists who will perform. We also have like Solo's Beats, so there will be a carnival atmosphere there, and there's going to be kite flying also. You know, kite flying has been part of our culture growing up, but somehow we lost it over time. So it's going to be like kites. These kites mainly will be kites that are standard kites. You know, we're getting them from the sub-region, getting them from Sierra Leone, some will be locally made, and the kids will have an opportunity to fly the kites. I think it's just going to be beyond exciting. That's what Sierra Leone used to be like, that's what we want it to be like, and we're pushing the agenda of cohesion, and I think you will see it there on that day. As Emmanuel said, the first iteration. So there'll be teething problems here and there, but definitely we're going to learn from this experience, we're going to make it stronger, and it has to be something that's going to outlive us all. Our children yet unborn.
Oh, okay, so this is not going to be a one-off event.
It's going to be a national event. The ministry has already bought into it. We want it to be entrenched deeply on the calendar of events for Sierra Leone. What we want is that somebody who wants to go on holiday for Easter will Google up holiday spots. The person may be living in Japan, for crying out loud, in Australia, for crying out loud, in South Africa, for crying out loud, and he sees this event in Sierra Leone, says, I want to be there. Come for Easter weekend in Sierra Leone. Bring your family here. Spend some time with the Sierra Leoneans. Enjoy the cuisine, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the sporting event, and yes, go back with the good taste of Sierra Leone in your mouth.
Okay. Yes, sir. Boat racing can be risky. Like Dr. Gilpin earlier said, has not been there. He doesn't understand maritime, whatever, how to navigate in waters and the like. So what modalities have been put in place so far to ensure maximum security for the participants who will be racing and for those who will be just be there as spectators?
Thank you very much. That's a problem, of course, that we noticed, we anticipated, not just on the coast, but off the coast as well. There is need for security because there is a tendency for tensions to just, tempers to flare and tensions to just rise out of nowhere. So we have written to the responsible law enforcement agencies, that is for the out of shore, and for those in terms of safety rules and safety guidelines in the sea, we have worked closely and we continue to work closely with Maritime because they are the experts in this. The Ministry of Tourism, we've got some expertise as well, but in terms of the real experts, the Maritime, we're working closely with them. We're also working closely with the Navy, we're working closely with the Marine Police as well, because and modalities have been put in terms of safety jackets. We would have enough safety jackets because we're expecting 3 people per boat, which would be 48 3 times 16 is 48. That's okay. About 48 jackets, but we're expecting well over that.
For all the participants? For
all the participants, the media as well, because we were getting people from the media would have to be on the boat, because if you want to go live, you would have to definitely be on the boat. So we have taken those security measures. We continue to have meetings upon meetings upon meetings, because there are times something may be lost upon you And then upon careful thinking, upon brainstorming, constant brainstorming, a problem will be detected. And the moment it is detected, we try to take action to just mitigate it.
So what does this mean for the tourism sector in Sierra Leone at the moment?
Well, it means a lot, really. It means more people coming into Sierra Leone. As Doc has said, there are a number, and you have also mentioned what's happening across the sub-region. There are a number of boating events going around, and this, I think, is something unique to us. It is not something that has been copy-pasted from another culture. This is our own culture. This is something unique to Sierra Leoneans. And so we want to leverage on this. We want to really just jump on this and ensure that we exploit it to the fullest. We want to build, as Doc has said, we want to build a tradition around this. So people come. So now we have people coming from Adeng, now we have people coming for the One Nation Reggae Festival, we have people coming from different events. Last year we saw an uptick in the number of people coming in for the One Nation Reggae Festival and other festivals, as the case may be. So we want to create a similar kind of enthusiasm. Because sports, it's something that generates enthusiasm and excitement. It's an emotional, and we want people to come and say, what are you going to Sierra Leone for? I'm going to Sierra Leone for the coastal unity boat. Yes, it's like extending. We want to ensure that we increase our touristic offerings. We have a lot to offer, and we are doubling down on those things that we have to.
So have regional or international tourism bodies been engaged to help promote this race?
Well, of course, we have our marketing arm, the NTB, and as a ministry as well, we have our own networks. We continue to go to different trade shows and different summits, and when we go to these summits and trade shows, we try as much, because this has been in the pipeline for, I think, since January. So we've been to different trade shows, and we continue to just publicize the events. We continue to utilize our websites, our social media handles to really create an awareness. Of course, I always need to deepen that form of dialogue with regional partners, but this is the first case, so it's a test case. We would definitely deepen that as we continue. The other day we were having a discussion, I was having a discussion with Doc. We're thinking of, in fact, ways of just expanding it to MRU, for instance, and we start with MRU, we could go to ECOWAS, then AU, and then who knows, it could be a global event. So it's the first start, and we're quite excited. I am particularly excited. I've had, this is actually my first time being to certain communities, and when you go to these communities, just the enthusiasm, and it's, again, it boils down to the point of unity that we're talking about. Competition can be unhealthy, but we want this to be as healthy as can be. We are telling them that this is not a one-off thing. It's not just a one-off thing in terms of organizing the events annually. It's not just a one-off thing because we want to continue the relationship with the coastal communities. We're thinking of ways we could engage them even after the event. We want to just have dialogues with them, see how we can help them beyond the event, beyond the prize money, what challenges that they're going through as a people, what safety guidelines they may require when going on the boat, what safety equipment they may require when going onshore. So these are things that we are thinking about, and these are things that the ministry is fully committed to just doing.
Are there projections? I mean, are there projections for visitor numbers, local revenue generation, job opportunities for those who will be participating, and like, do we have projections?
Well, I don't have the numbers with me.
But we do have.
No, I don't have the numbers with me, but I would have to defer to the people responsible for that. But what I would say, an event of this is sure to have economic effects. Sure to have economic effect. That's something that's undeniable. The fact that we have people coming in and from the fishing communities, I think it does an important thing that could have rippling effects economically. It dispels the stereotype that these are people who are unserious. These are people who must not be taken seriously, and that could encourage people. In fact, during in terms of encouragement, during the balloting, we had young people coming in and doing the ballots, in charge of the ballots, because we want to create that kind of commonality. We want to just extend that relationship with the young people, so they also understand that fishing is not bad, and that canoeing is not bad. It's something that people can explore. It's something that is making people worthy. Even on the day we'll be having vendors, we are making room for that, for people to come and people to sell their goods. We're thinking of ways for proceeds, part of that proceeds, or even all of that proceeds going toward the communities themselves.
The coastal communities.
The coastal communities themselves. We're thinking of doing all of that. So there's a lot of thought has been put into this, and I believe we are sure to learn a lot going forward, and as we continue to go, we'll continue to increase our efforts, we'll continue to double our efforts, and we'll continue to ensure that it becomes not just the best in the sub-region, but it becomes a global event.
Doctor, I understand that this is for boosting, tourism generally, and the economy, I understand, but across all of our coastal communities, there are serious pressure right now on them, from erosion to pollution, sand mining being one of the biggest environmental problems we're faced with right now. Our mangroves have been seriously barbed in some places, totally extincted. Is JID Foundation focused on as well, environmental healthiness in any way, rejuvenating, aquatic, or it is just purely tourism and,
as the Chinese say, no matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop, you'll get there. But this is the start. This event is going to bring the coastal communities to the fore. And as it were, it's a national event. So it's going to be a focus on coastal communities. Now, let's take it this way. You may have an international media house that may come in to cover this particular event. And that media house may interview participants, and they will say, we want to see where you're from. Now, that international media house can go to that locality and see what's happening, just what you said, the environmental decay, the low level of life that these people experience, the potential in those areas, the destruction of the mangroves and stuff like that. And that can become an issue for an international environmental agency. Okay, so what we're trying to do is to bring Sierra Leone to the fore, and we're taking it step by step. Of course, we've heard about this issue that you've brought up before, but right now we're focusing on this particular water sports, and beyond that, all the leverages may occur. And what we're expecting is that not only is it going to bring out the coastal communities to the fore, it's also going to bring out the needs of these people, the well-being of these people, the impact these people can have on communities, and the potential that these communities have on overall economic development, contribution to GDP growth, and also on national cohesion. So what you said could be a follow-through from what we're doing right now. And step by step, as long as we don't stop, we're going to get there. I also believe in the Kaizen philosophy, which is a Japanese philosophy. I always mention that. It preaches incremental advancement and development of communities. So in other words, if I go to school barefooted, my kid should wear shoes to go to school. If my kid wears shoes to go to school, his own kid should use a bus to go to school. If I use the bus to go to school, then the other one should be able to take a car and go to school. So every generation should have incremental improvement. We have not seen the Kaizen philosophy in Sierra Leone, because I can easily say that when I went to uni in Afrobeat College way back in the 90s, my quality of education was much better than what I'm seeing right now. I always tell my friends, my first degree is stronger than your master's degree. You can ask me why. I'll tell you, I use a scientific calculator to do my statistics when I was doing my first degree in Afrobeat College. Can you use a Texas Instrument? Can you use a scientific calculator right now to justify your dissertation? No, most cannot even use Excel. And so I want to see kids who go to uni and have a better education than I had when I was in Afrobeat College way back. But it's not like that right now. So we want to push that with this race and with the potential to grow the visibility of Sierra Leone and to be able to harness the strength we have. Areas that have been deprived right now, areas that are being deteriorating right now, could actually receive attention, and we can grow them. So that philosophy can become part and parcel of what we are expecting to be in Sierra Leone.
You know, you talked about kite mounting. It's a very integral part of our culture. You know, we grew up mounting kites. I'm not sure Alima did.
It was banned.
I'm not sure Alima did. I'm just joking. But yeah, you know, it was quite integral. We always looked forward to, you know, mounting kites on Easter, actually. So I'm speculating this to be a national event, you know, where people could come. But let me just ask the numbers for a while. How many people are we catering for, actually? How many will be participating in the kite mounting? You know, who will be spectating?
Okay. And the kite mounting is going to be a side attraction, so it's not going to be a competition. And as many kites as we have, we have as many people who will be mounting those kites. I mean, I can see now we have about maybe 60, 70 kites that we brought from out of the country. I mean, I can be open to say we got them from Ghana, from Nigeria, because we don't see in Sierra Leone except the locally made ones, and some are coming in from the UK. So I have between 60 to 100 kites. And we give it out to kids, to families, just mount your kites. And that would be a spectacle for everybody to see. It will be a beauty for everybody to see. And thereafter, we can have more other iterations of kite flying. And I think there's some kite flying competition I know in Regents. There may be one, I think, on Easter Monday that's going to be organized by another entity. But we just want to bring Sierra Leone together in this harmonious, joyful, you know, should I say, episode of holidaying, of enjoying the significance of Easter, of enjoying the significance of Ramadan, of enjoying the significance of Independence Day, of enjoying the significance of Sierra Leone. And this is Sierra Leone for Sierra Leoneans to make better and for the world to come by and see. Ministry of Tourism has a big role to play in showcasing Sierra Leone from a touristic perspective. And that brings in, of course, investors. That could bring in, of course, economic stability. That could bring in, of course, growth. And what we're looking at is national cohesion. Let's come together to make our country better. This is the only country we have that you can call your country.
What sort of boats? What sort of boats would you be using? How do you ensure fairness in this case? Are you going to be the ones providing the boats, or everybody comes with their kind of boats, prepare their boats, and then say, okay, this is my dragon, this is my this is my that? How do you ensure fairness?
Oh, with the permission, I'll ask Emmanuel to handle that. He's been actively participating in getting the boats standardized. Yes. And
so we have had a series of discussions with the coastal communities, and we gave them certain specifications provided by the Maritime Administration, because they are the experts in this, as I said earlier. So we told them that we need a boat that can take 3 people at max, and it should be wooden, of course, no engine whatsoever. So they're going to paddle, strictly paddling. So no boat, no engine, sorry. So there is no special advantage conferred on any particular boat. But to just ensure that that is followed, we went out to the different communities and we inspected the boats. We went out with Maritime, that was on the 14th of March, yes, if I'm not wrong. We went out to the different communities to just ensure that compliance has been met, to ensure that the rules and regulations that were given out to them have been met. So we went out, the maritime person, the experts, looked at all the boats, looked at boats that could potentially confer certain advantages on a given community, and well, ruled against such boats, and looked at the seaworthiness of the boats as well. Because even though you would have life jackets, you don't want to count on luck. There's a tendency that anything could happen. And to mitigate against that, we went out with a different, with the experts really, and we continue to work closely. We intend on doing a final boat inspection again, and just a day or two before the event, we would have all the boats lined up. Perhaps we would have the media as well to cover it. You would see some of the pictures and the videos are on our social media handles, the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and the Year of Culture and Creativity social media handles. We would have the boats lined up again, just to do a final inspection of the boats, and we are looking at ways to have medical tests as well for the participants, because we want them to be fit. We have already given strict guidelines. We've told them that they should, of course, obviously be swimmers. They should possess the ability to swim.
I'm assuming most of the participants would be experienced fishermen.
Of course, obviously, they want to win. So you will definitely not field somebody who's inexperienced, because canoe racing is secondary to their lives. It's mostly used as a means of survival. It's used to fish. Canoe racing just comes in now, it's just to spice things up a bit. But I believe, I'm sure that all of them are experts. We've had discussions with them. We continue to engage them. We have a WhatsApp group where we engage them. And I've had the opportunity to know them by name. Just this commonality really has been created. And I think it will be something that will last for a very long time.
Is there a grand prize?
Well, I'll leave that to Dr.
Well, I'm coming back to you, Doc. Is there a grand prize?
There is a grand prize.
Okay.
For the second and third, and we'll keep that secret until the day itself. But
that's a surprise.
Yes. And one thing I forgot to mention was that they say women don't row. So I think we need a female team. I mean, even if it's just for the spectacle of competing, so we can have a woman. So
you don't already have one?
No, there are no women there.
Well, you can just take me in and give me some treatment for some few days. I'm just joking. So after the race, what's next for GID Foundation and the coastal community, the participants themselves? I assume that for a fisherman who is now preparing for this race, his time would have to be split between going to fish and prepare the boats, exercising, doing things, ensuring you have all the right equipment just to win. And that might affect his day-to-day earning. Is there any modalities in place to ensure that you meet them halfway?
The question is directed at me?
Well, who is the best person to answer that? I think Mr. Dr. Gilpin will be the best person to answer that. Yes.
I think, as I said earlier on, it's going to be a concerted effort to be able to address the needs of these communities. We're hoping that through this event, the needs of these communities could be brought to the fore and become more, should I say, visible. And so we can have various entities. No one entity can actually solve the problems of the entire, community, but we can have people who can get interested. Yes, definitely, we're going to continue looking at what they have, what they can bring out. For example, as I said, I've traveled a lot, I've lived in several countries. I use Gambia, for example. There's an area called Bakau. Bakau is like a fishing village, and when you go there, they have a whole industry for fishing. They have women who are the fishmongers. They have their coalmen. They have a big place to smoke fish. They have another place to ice fish, and another place to store the fish. So we can have that Bakau. I've been thinking about it myself. That Bakau model in some of these wharfs. But they say yes, they have areas to steam fish, to smoke fish in Sierra Leone coastal wharfs. But we can go and see, okay, what's happening in Bakau? How can we make this happen here? Then how can we get the kids into better schools? How can we have better facilities for education in those communities? How can we have better transportation? How can we have better roads within those communities? And incrementally we can build up for these people. I am a passionate Sierra Leonean, and I want to see Sierra Leone better. I want to see Sierra Leone envied by the rest of the world. I want to see Sierra Leone taking its rightful position in the international community. Because I have traveled a lot, I've seen a lot in other countries, and I see how they can make something out of nothing. For example, when I was in Mauritius, I went around and I saw a lot of the touristic sites. We have a lot of that in Sierra Leone. Take, for example, the Mambo waterfall. Walking up there is no track that is well defined for you to walk up there. You walk up there, the areas you can just skate, roll, and fall over and have bruises all over your body. But you go to Mauritius and they have an area they call the peak, the telephone peak in French. And there is a tired path to walk right up there. And you go there, there are staging points where you have like banter pads, or what we call buffets, and you sit there, have a drink, and you go further to the next point. So we can structure our areas like that, and tourists will be happy to come on there. So we have the natural, facilities here, but we need to have man-made interventions to make them more standardized and more attractive to foreigners.
Manu, beyond, the pomp and pageantry for the day, what do you hope the take-home would be generally, particularly for the world, not Sierra Leone? What should they see through this program eventually?
Well, I think they should see that Sierra Leone has got a lot to offer. So as I have said, this is an area of culture and creativity. We want to ensure we shine a light on our identity, who we are, who we were, and the direction to which we are headed. Identity, a story told by Sierra Leoneans themselves. And I think this aligns with that broader vision of telling our story. That there is a lot that we can offer. There is a great deal in terms of the capacity of the people, the dynamism of the people, in terms of the natural resources, in terms of just the beauty of our environment. You go to the beaches, you go to these places. I've had the chance, the opportunity to go to a number of touristic spots, and you get to see just how beautiful we are. And the beauty is not just concentrated in Sallieu. And that is why the ministry continues to go out. The other day we were at Solima, where if you take a look at the beach, just it's purely breathtaking. And the communities are themselves not aware. And I think this also serves to just create that awareness, what the minister would say, an assisted awareness of the importance of tourism. We're bringing tourism to the doorsteps of people. Now we're bringing tourism to the doorsteps of coastal communities. So we want people out there, the diasporans and any other person who is interested in what we have to come, because there's a great deal that we have in terms of our role in the transatlantic slave trade. For instance, there's a lot of discussions going around that. Sierra Leone played a pivotal role, not just as a transit point, but as a point of renewal as well. We had newly emancipated Africans returning to Sierra Leone. So we want to capitalize on all of these things that we have. So the coastal race is one. We have our gastronomy coming up as well, gastronomy event, the mini gastronomy, which really is a precursor to the main UN tourism, the 3rd edition, which Sierra Leone will be hosting sometime in December. That will be after the One Nation Reggae Festival. So the ministry has got a catalogue of activities that we want people to just have a feel of. We want to ensure that most times when we talk of activities in Sierra Leone, we tend to just limit it to April and December. We want to ensure that when you come here, even in the rains, you get to have something to enjoy. And that can be achieved, of course, and you've seen the beauty of that partnership, the beauty of the collaboration that we're fostering with the private sector. We believe that government does not have a monopoly over knowledge. We don't have a monopoly over expertise, and there is always room for collaboration. So yes, we are open to supporting just about everyone who demonstrates a willingness. Willingness is the operative term. We want you to demonstrate a willingness, a patriotic sense of responsibility to Sierra Leone, because it's about all of us. You take a look at the sub-theme for the year, it's saying that we all hold culture and creativity for better Sierra Leone. So in the end, it's about the development of Sierra Leone. It's not about the development of any singular individual. It's not about my own development. It's not about the development of Dr. Gilpin. It's not about the development of the Minister, Nabila Farida Tunis. It's about Sierra Leone in general. And there's a lot. There's a great deal that we have to offer. So come to Sierra Leone. Our doors are wide open. The Ministry of Tourism's doors are quite open. Come. Demonstrate a willingness to collaborate, as has been shown by GID Foundation and Hotel Commercial Bank. And yes, we'll be open to working closely with you.
I'll read some messages, but before I do, I forgot to ask, who refs this competition? I know it's a technical stuff, so who's going to ref?
So, as I said, we have Maritime, we have the Navy, okay. We have the Marine Police as well. And
Marine Police?
Yes, the Marine Police,
okay.
Yes, as well. Okay. And we have had series of discussions. Almost every day we have discussions, online, offline, and I want to believe they would have to man that, because they're the experts. They have already taken modalities in terms of demarcating lanes, because we don't want people just entering into other people's lanes. We have also enforced, we intend on enforcing strict guidelines regarding sportsmanship. We don't want any form of chaos. And the police and military would also be there to enforce discipline and order, because even though we enjoy, we don't want that enjoyment to override order and discipline and to lead to chaos. We don't want that at all.
Right. Well, there are a lot of messages here. Dauda David Sallieu is saying, job well done, my CEO, more grace and God's blessing. Wisdom Solomon Chambers is saying, it would be live on TV and drones would be there also. Someone is asking Patrick Mami, would there be an outdoor TV screen and a drone to have a view of the offshore boat race, or will be on TV and radio? And Kodaya Martin is saying, a step forward for social cohesion on the national stage. Dr. Gilpin, I salute you, sir, for your leadership dynamism. Well done, CEO and the entire GEED Foundation. Sydney Olufemi Mason there. Indeed, this competition is timely for national unity. May God bless Dr. Gilpin and the GEED Foundation, partners and sponsors of this event. It's coming from Maria Palmer. Dora Macaulay, well done, CEO. Mystic from Dwazak is saying, bringing coastal communities together is a brilliant initiative. We have immense potential in our tourism sector, and it's time we harness it effectively to generate meaningful economic benefits, just as many other countries are doing. Someone was asking about that, it has slipped me by. But I think these are most of the, recent comments we've had. Someone is asking particularly about, whether it will be screened, or whether drones will be there, because you have to take people along the race, So how is it going to happen?
So of course there will be drones. That I can assure. We are looking at ways of having screens as well. That was countenance, I believe, in the concept notes, but we would have to look at the feasibility
it's
of that.
Technical stuff.
Yes, it's technical.
Even the drones will not be able to go live, that's the thing.
No, so there are a lot of factors to consider, because we're having people from different communities,
I know.
and we expect some form of noise, some form of banter, and maybe there'll be one or two minor intrusions and interruptions. So we would have to take all of that into cognizance. Yes, but there'll be drones. We'll try as much as possible to bring it to the people, to the extent possible, yes.
Dr. Gilpin, looking ahead, what do you hope to see in the next 3-4 years? Not only for GEED Foundation, but for this particular initiative?
As I said, about the Chinese philosophy, we don't stop. As long as you don't stop, you get it. Now we're using like canoes. Okay, maybe next time we'll get sailboats. Next time we might have been able to have enough, should I say, leverage to get standard rowing boats. We can order them from overseas and bring them in from Ghana and bring them and take them here. Each community can rent and use that. And then ultimately, I would like to see foreigners coming to participate. Maybe bringing their own sailboats in, bringing their boats in and participating. And eventually, I'd like to see Sierra Leoneans participating in water sports in the Olympic Games. So we see the water sports in the Olympic Games, see them rowing in the Olympic Games, but Sierra Leone just goes for athletics, and that's it, and boxing, and that's it. So I want to see Sierra Leone participating in Olympic Games, in water sports, in regional sports, in regional games for water sports, and then Sierra Leoneans who participate will be seen as global icons. And therefore, we take Sierra Leone to the global stage. It's ultimately about Sierra Leone.
Okay. Emmanuel, for the ministry,
what
do you hope to see the next
I
few
think
years?
most of what Doc has said. We want it to go global. We start local, and then we get a global context. That is the rationale from the ministry's point of view. It's similar to what we would want for any other facets of our culture. We want to showcase it to the extent possible and to the largest audience possible. That's what we want. We want to ensure that in 2-3 years from now, we would have people from neighboring countries coming in, we would have people from ECOWAS coming in, we would have people from the globe coming in, and we could in fact be able to spot talents. We're talking about Olympic Games, we would have the African Games as well. We want to build a kind of monopoly, because if I'm bold to say, I don't think this is something that we see in our neighboring countries. So we could have a kind of monopoly in that regard, because tourism is competitive in nature. You have to compete with other countries with regards to touristic offerings. So that's really what we want. We want to showcase the coastal unity boat race to the largest audience possible. So from the ministry's point of view, that's what we want.
As you round off, please just take us through the dates, time, who and who can attend, and if viewers are watching now and they would want to participate, say as spectators, how do they go about it? Just take us through.
Well,
and is it a free?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's a free event. It's open to everyone. Everyone can come. It's part of the independence, part of our independence celebration. So it's free for all. Everyone can come. So it will be on the 4th of April.
Okay.
That will be the preliminaries. We have in 16 communities, but you then have to determine which community would advance to the semi-finals and finals. Okay. So that would be determined on the first day, which is on April 4th. It would hold at Chapter 1 beachfront, Lumley Beach. So it's open to everyone on the 5th of April. So the time for the 4th is 12 p.m. We expect the race to commence at around that time. 12 p.m. is the time on the 4th of April. And on the 5th of April, which is Easter Sunday, because people will be going to church, we'll be having some dignitaries will be going to church, and just the general public will be going to church. So to make room for that, the time would be 2 p.m. as opposed to 12 p.m. on the first day. The same place, just the same rules, free for all. All you can come with, we want you to be as enthusiastic as possible. We don't want a dull crowd, and we don't expect a dull crowd, given how we're seeing things so far. So come and celebrate. It's about celebrating our culture. It's about celebrating Sierra Leone as we celebrate our 65th independence anniversary. And just to comment on what we'll be doing on the 25th and 26th, we'll be having the mini gastronomy at Bintumani Car Park, which is all part of this catalogue of activities that we have lined up in celebration of our 65th independence. So it's free for all. Everyone can come in and enjoy. Really.
We've already started seeing the enthusiasm, actually. Suleiman Alim Kamara is saying on Facebook, the Kube community WAF, we are ready for the competition, and we'll become victorious on that day. We've already engaged in the training session to build our team capacity to win the race. Thanks so much indeed, Emmanuel Suma from the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. Of course, thank you to Dr. Kundayo.
There's one
you
more
wanted
thing.
to say something?
Yes.
Okay.
The National Dance Troupe and the National Acrobatic Troupe under the Ministry of Tourism will be participating, and they are excellent. During the balloting, we had a balloting at the Ministry of Tourism forecourt. They were massively excellent. So that is also going to be on show that day. I think we need to be ready for that.
More reason for you to come.
So Gilpin is now like a member of the ministry.
Indeed, I can see that. Thank you so much, Dr. Gilpin, for being here this morning. Indeed, this concludes the first segment of the program this morning. Thank you so much indeed for viewing. We shall be back in a jiffy.
GIFT Foundation, in partnership with Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and the Maritime Agency, they present National Coastal Unity Boat Race 2026 as part of Ministry of Tourism and Culture, the Cultural and Creativity Plan for 2026. GIFT Foundation, they bring to UNA after a very long time National Coastal Unity Boat Race, where they take place at the prestigious Chapter 1 beachfront from April 4 to April 5. April 4, when are the preliminaries? Now forget that the contestants there make them start the race. Then April 5, we go be the grand final. Now the one that we don't qualify gets for but day for the final. The first man, second man, and third man, they go home heavy. Then prize here go get weight like the rank. The boatman them we go there for this race. Now the one that we come out now all the coastal communities there. We don't get 16 contestants there from the coastal communities there. This now way for support government agenda for national unity and also for put we country na the world stage. For safety and security, the National Navy and Water Police go there with we Trangawan. So not forget this Easter weekend at the prestigious Chapter 1 beachfront. So for make all the good thing there meet you, GIFT Foundation join Trangawan with Rokel Commercial Bank, Afrisel Sierra Leone, Sea Coach, Maritime, AYV Media Empire, Excel Preparatory School, Orange Money Sierra Leone, Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and also we get to international community the way they support we and plenty other one there. You where they look for Cypher relax during the weekend. Expect a thrilling race as the coastal community them they bade to themselves for fete for the respect. Join we April 4 and April 5. Now the prestigious Chapter 1 beachfront. The program they start from 7 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. in the evening. After 7 p.m. now, we can get with chilling and ladida. Remember say, this program now free. Proudly brought to you by GIFT Foundation.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, on 8th August 2024, Statutory Instrument Number 8 of 2024 regarding the conduct of nationwide population and housing census was successfully laid in Parliament. On 29th August 2024, this statutory instrument became effective.
This is Wake Up Sierra Leone, and we are into the second segment of the program this morning. TGIF, it's Friday. Juma Mubarak indeed to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters. Now in this final segment, we have several people. We've been joined by I-Tribe. I-Tribe, most of you would know, is a prominent Sierra Leonean singer, songwriter and performer. He's widely recognized as one of the country's most gifted vocalists, known for his unique ability to blend genres like Afro-fusion, Afrobeat and Amapiano. I-Tribe is here this morning to talk about his upcoming show, A Suite, on April 4th at the Bintumani Car Park in Freetown. And also this morning in our studio too, we've been joined by Minister Judah Zubairu, who you may all know as well. He's here to talk about his gospel event, which is titled The Storm. It will be held on April 5th this year at the Monjasa Park at Moritown in Freetown. And also, we have with us this morning the winner of our AYV Cypher, show, which was held, last week. And you get to hear from him, vis-a-vis this morning, what it took him to win, such a prestigious and highly, battled, competition. He's Echo Wizz, and he's doing of the Cypher, AYV Cypher, West Coast Battle. That's his, Echo Wizz is actually alias. His actual name is Sallieu Munu. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah.
I-Tribe, it's a pleasure. Minister Zubairu, it's a pleasure having you in the studio. Indeed. I-Tribe, I mean, you are not new in this game. You've been here, since time. Yeah. One of the people who've actually maintained the balance between olden music and contemporary music in Sierra Leone. What has the journey been like so far for you?
It's been a roller coaster, I would say that, because, especially here in Sierra Leone State, it's very difficult, when you want to engage in these type of things, because sometimes the challenges are there has been so many times that I want to quit, but when you have started something, you want to see where it ends. So, but in a nutshell, I would say it has been a blessing, because throughout the journey there has been falls, there have been wins, and I wouldn't say fail. I would say I've learned through my mistakes, and I would say it's been difficult, but we're here and we're still going.
Would you advise anyone to do music in Sierra Leone? I mean, as a profession, as a business? I know things are difficult, it would bring the question, are you making much from music, really?
Well, to answer your first question, I would say, I don't think, well, I think if anybody wants to start music, that would be completely out of their own willingness and what they want to do in life. But I would say, while you want to come into it, make sure you're prepared mentally, and mentally, you have to be prepared mentally, because there would come times when it would be really difficult. And I would say back then, when we started, it wasn't that balanced. But now there are different ways you will get income, like online streaming, and that when they're calling you for events and stuff like that. So I would say it's a bit balanced now. At least I can pay for my own videos, I can pay for my own promotion, I can take care of myself and my family. So I feel like it's a bit balanced now.
Are you realizing much from it?
I would say
it's appreciably.
I mean, it's appreciative, yeah.
What is sweet exactly? Because you said it's sweet. What is sweet?
A lot of things.
Your show.
A lot of things, yeah. So the show, the title of the event was derived from the hit song "Is Sweet" that I did with Drizzly. There's a lot of, we said a lot of stuff in the song. Yeah, so
Indeed.
I would say a lot of stuff. It depends on you, what you want to be sweet for you.
Indeed.
But I would say the event is going to be sweet definitely, because there's going to be a host of other artists, other Sierra Leone artists that are going to be there. So it's going to be sweet.
All right, we'll come back for the details later on, I-Tribe. Let's hear from Wizz. Good morning, welcome. Luckily for you this morning, you have a grandfather in the field, I-Tribe, who has flanked you this morning. How does it feel like to win the Cypher?
Great blessing, perseverance, you know. Yeah, and my big boy is my mentor. You know, I used to mentor that nigga, you know. Yeah, take part in the AYV Cypher. Yeah, I won the first ECSL. I'm the winner, the first winner.
Okay.
And 2, go for the AYV West Coast Cup battle. And definitely be the winner for the West Coast Cup battle. And I'm so happy, excited, you know. So, and give thanks to AYV for this platform, you know. I'm grateful.
You said platform. What would this do for you generally? Do you want to become a full-time, you know, rapper, lyricist, an artist?
Yeah, that's
something you're looking forward to?
Yeah.
Okay. And what ways do you think this program really, you know, this win that you've, or this accolade that you've bagged would help you in your career, your journey?
You know, in terms of promotion, I think now with AYV I have the best, you know. It promotes me, my music, you know, and I'm hoping to do more because I don't want to relax in the game. I want to be there forever. Yeah, because I see a lot of people move me like Caudinero, Exubi, you know. Those guys are my mentor. Every day I listen to their song. And you know, I learn from them and pen my own lyrics, you know. So when it comes to this game, we'll have the pen spare. Yeah.
All right. We'll come back to you. Let's hear from Judah. Good morning, Minister Judah. It's a pleasure having you.
Fine, how are you, sir?
Not bad.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to God, indeed. Tell us about your upcoming show.
Yes, so
I know it happens every year, right?
It does.
Yes.
It's been happening for 11 years now. It's now called The Storm. It started out being called We Bow, Worship Experience. It's now called The Storm. And it's basically a gathering of people to just praise and worship God. As Sierra Leone, we know that we're people who believe in we believe in God so much, you know, despite the different religions that we have. But specifically for us as believers, we believe in the power of praise and worship. So some 11 years ago, we started this gathering wherein we encourage people all across the nation of Sierra Leone to just come to one location, sing songs of praise and worship unto God, specifically songs also from our nation, Sierra Leone. And it has been a tremendous blessing. This year it's happening on the 5th of April, as I'm sure you probably have heard. It's happening on the 5th of April, and it's a free event for all to attend. So that's basically what it is. Yes.
You know, I asked I-Tribe just now, and I know it's the same for you. There are a lot of challenges, you know, in the music industry in Sierra Leone, but music is modernizing, you know, across the world, you know. And we have joined the bandwagon too. I listen to your song always. I mean, you know, the richness, the instrumentals, the vocals, you know, and all of these things. But what keeps you going, irrespective of all of the challenges we're seeing, you know, these days?
Well, I think it all goes back to when I started doing music. Because when I started, my intention was not necessarily to just be an artist and see music as a means to, what would I say now, generate money and things like that. My intention has always been to spread the gospel, you know, and to minister and be a blessing to my world as long as I'm alive. So as long as I've kept that in focus, the challenges, as some might say, or the lack of support and funds, or the fact that maybe money is not being made from it, is not really a factor that I always consider, because the focus is always that the message is being passed across. When we get to meet there on that day, or when I get to release my songs like you say, and then you listen to them and you are blessed, you know, you feel God's presence, you have testimonies, or you have the opportunity to fellowship with God through the songs. That's really what I see as my reward. You know, so, and I know that the one thing I know about God, my scripture tells me that He's a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. And as long as I've been doing this, which is for decades now, I'm not lacking anything, so I think I'm grateful. I think I'm grateful.
Who are going to be performing with you this particular time?
Yes, so I have a full team of musicians, both singers and instrumentalists, and I always think it's right for them to have an opportunity to also lead worship during the event. So aside from me, we're having the members of our singing team, they're also going to be leading worship in that day. And we might be having a couple of other people outside of our team that might be coming, but that basically hasn't been announced yet. Okay. So yes, we have a host of people that will be singing there on that day. It's going to be a great time.
And is it free?
It's free, absolutely free. You don't have to pay a dime. It's free, no tickets. We're not even collecting offerings. You know, we just want people to come freely, no restriction. We don't want you to think that, oh, I don't have the money to come, so just come. Christ has paid for everything, I should say.
Right, okay.
So, I-Type, this concert is sweet. Jones earlier asked, waiting sweet, so. So what exactly should fans expect that's different from your previous concerts? Because this is not the first time you're doing this. You've been in this for some time now. What's different? What is making this particular concert unique from all the others in the past?
Well, this concert basically is going to be, for me, it's a way to really relate with my fans, because it's been a while since I hosted a concert. I've been around everywhere, so this year I decided to stay back home and really, connect with my fans on a deeper level and see, get to really feel the energy from them, because I've been putting out hit songs for quite a while now without hosting any event. Well, I've hosted a few outside the country, but this is going to be one I'm hosting since I think the COVID. So I feel like for me it's an avenue for me to connect with the fans and really feel their energy, because I'm going to be putting out another album after the event. I want to feel because I have over 4 albums already, but I want to choose songs that will make that one album. So this is my opportunity to really get get closer to them, feel their energy, get to know exactly what they want from me, and then so I can make my decision for the next album that's coming out.
So it's quite obvious that Afrobeats and Amapiano dominates the African sounds today. How do you maintain a uniquely Sierra Leonean sound in those genres? How do you do it?
I feel like it's just a matter of creativity and because at the end of the day, I'm not following what is happening 100%, but you have to merge what is happening in the world with your own sound and the lyrics too, because you have to feel what your fans want. You have to in sound, in lyrics. So I feel like it's just basic creativity and paying attention to what the audience really wants.
So it's clear that we do have talent. We have Sierra Leoneans who can sing very well. In fact, maybe better than even some of our African counterparts. But we struggle with global reach. What do you think is holding us back as Sierra Leoneans from reaching the global market with our very unique and good sounds that we have here?
One would argue that it's just has to do with finances, because it doesn't matter how talent is just 30%. It doesn't matter how beautifully you sing or how good you are at lyrics. You have to also put in finances. It has to be because to reach globally, you had Don Jazzy was talking about spending I think close to $4-point-something million for just one song, Calm Down, to get to where it is today. So it's just finances. You have to you don't only have to know the avenue the avenues where to go to make your song go out there, you also have to have the capital, the money to push it.
So these concerts, can you take us through the date, the time, the place, and the ticket fee?
Oh yeah, it's going to be at the Bintumani Car Park at the 4th of April, which is next week Saturday. That's Easter Saturday. And then the regular tickets is just 150 leones. And then, well, those will be open around 9, 10, just, you know, to let people come in early. And then we have tables, though. We have tables for 4, which is 5,000. Table for 8 is 10,000. And table for 2 is 2,500. Well, we've given out a few of those, but on my page, I have a lot of other information that you can go through and you can reach out if you want.
So in an event where someone is watching now and they would want to attend the concert, how do they go about it?
Well, you can reach out on 076-237-595. That's the number you can reach out to, you know, to get your reservations.
That's the only medium?
Well, that's the only medium, and then I have my social media. My social media, you can go to Facebook on iTribe, Instagram iTribe Official, even on TikTok, it's the same thing.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Wizz. I know say right now you feel yourself. Because that was a tough, it was a tough competition. The AYV Cypher show, it's a huge platform. And the competition is serious. And yet you emerged the winner. You must be feeling very tough right now.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, was there a point in the competition that you thought, I cannot do this? Did you get to a point where it got so tough and intense that you felt like, oh, I can't do this?
Yeah, the first round, you know, the first round, I can say the boy from Liberia is dope. Yeah, the way he attack beat. So I see all that and, you know, I'm a little bit scared. I said, wow. I said, no, but I have to do this. So I went there and battle. At the end now, I become the winner. You know, it's not easy because it's a competition, so I don't underrate rappers. I just go and do my best, you know, and then I become the winner, and I believe in myself.
So how long have you been in this game, this rap game?
For 10 years now.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you must have been very young when you started.
Yeah. Since in primary school, class 6, I started writing some verse, you know, even though I was not too perfect that time. And, you know, I went to the Methodist Boys High School. Every Friday we create a Cypher competition. We battle with different schools like Congress, you know. I become the winner. So like, I just want to keep that moving with me and be the best. I don't want to be the best in Sierra Leone, but, you know, all over the world. Because now, I think I've dominated Liberia and Gambia. Yeah, so I'm hoping more and for other ciphers because I want to be the best rapper, you know, like what Caldinero is doing, you know. That nigga inspire me a lot. Yeah, so I just put more effort in the game and, you know, God give the light.
So how do you intend to use your new platform? Because obviously, like I said earlier, this is a huge platform. Now that you have it, how do you intend to use it to not only grow your fan base, your earning capacity, but also help those who would want to compete in the future and be a winner like you?
You know, I have some niggas and brothers, you know, they are in the game, they got battle, so I'm gonna use it not, you know, for myself, but for the people around me and other artists, you know, because I just, you know, like I'm being a winner now, and you know, I can't win this forever. I have boys and niggas that that in the game, that at the end. So I will use the platform for good, not so bad, and for boost my career, to take me there.
Are we expecting to see you coming up with an album or concerts anytime soon?
Yeah. I'm working with my team now, because I have a studio feature record. I'm putting things in. I'm in the kitchen cooking. Yeah.
Okay. So what doors has the victory already opened for you? I assume doors are now open. You're the winner of the YV Cypher.
Yeah. So many people PV me, message me for a deal, like Swan Forever.
So the deals are coming?
Yeah, they are coming.
So what inspired the name Wizz?
Yeah, Echo is a reflection of a sound. So like I can tell man and say, like we the inside room, we nothing or they read the alarm. They read the echo, they go to. So I say I go be an echo. If man snap a talk, other man for there around me for Yeri. Like, what I said, a reflection of a sound. So they didn't call me name here, they for Yeri me over and that. So the Wizz now I just get them from my mentor, Lil Wayne. So I just put the Wizz.
Lil Wayne?
Wizz. Yeah, Lil Wayne.
Okay, so let's assume a record label is watching now. They're watching you now. Why should they sign you? Do you have can you tell them why they should sign you?
Because I'm a good rapper, through creativity, not all about to rapper, but I rap through concept. Yeah, I'm a good rapper, that's all I can tell them.
I mean, how do you stand out? What makes you different from other rappers? The fact that you've won a YV Cypher means you're special.
Yeah.
Because it was a tough show. So what makes you special? What makes you different from all the other rappers that were on the show?
Like the way I write, the way I rap, the punchline, all are different from another rappers. Because any show that I take part to be in Cypher, I won. I've won many shows, Like maybe this will be the 7 to 8 YV Cypher West Coast Battle, so 8 certificates now. So I only have the first position.
Okay, I-Type. Of course, you're widely regarded as one of Sierra Leone's strongest vocalists. What has been your greatest challenge in doing music as a career in Sierra Leone?
One of my greatest challenge is putting a song. It's difficult for me.
Why so?
A song. Because so first of all, you have to think about what the audience wants. And you don't want to put out a song that wouldn't be a hit. Because you've had this line of having hit songs each time you drop one. So when I have a song, if it's time for me to release a song, I'm very indecisive because I'm always recording. I'm always recording songs. So once I record this one, it becomes my favorite. Once I record the other one, it becomes my favorite. So now I listen to the songs and then I get tired of them. So now I have to involve a lot of other people. I have to be sending my songs to people, and sometimes I have a whole meeting with people. What do you think about this song? Do you think it would be a hit? So that's one of it's a challenge for me.
Oh, okay, but many artists do complain about lack of industry structure and revenue streams here in Sierra Leone. What has been your experience regarding that so far?
The industry structure is one of the things, but as an artist, you have to first of all look out for other avenues where you would be able to push your own career individually. Because if you rely on industry structure and these other stuff, it will distract you from what you want to do, and it distracts you from moving from this point to another. Because there are always going to be issues in the industry. There are always going to be problems and all of that. So I don't feel like paying attention to that would allow you grow to the point that you want to. And streams, they're coming up because see, if I could remember last year, most of the events that were hosted, by other artists or even local promoters did well. All of the, some days you would have like 3 or 4 events, and all of those events would be successful. So I feel like the industry is growing by a certain percentage, and I feel like this year is going to be different. That's why we as artists have a responsibility to put out songs that would compete with these international songs, because it happened last year. There were international songs that were also a hit here, but you couldn't that much tell because we had also songs, local songs that were hit songs, and they competed really well with these international songs. So the audience, I feel like the audience is responding to what we're putting out, and the audience are really trying these days. They are really attending events. So I feel like that's a growth.
Judah, what sort of sounds should we be hearing this year as we wrap up?
We'll be hearing different sounds, all gospel though, you know, because we thank God that we have contemporary gospel music now, and we have different genres that we get to incorporate the gospel of Jesus Christ into these genres and sing to people. So when people come, we're hearing mostly songs in our local dialect, Creole. We have songs also in English. We have a couple of songs that might have some other Sierra Leonean languages. But all the songs that we're going to be hearing are songs that are written by my very self, and we're hoping that these songs will be a blessing to the people of Sierra Leone.
Do you have anything cooking for us as a new song?
Yes, I actually just released a song last Friday, and I have another one that should be coming before the event. The one we released last Friday was called Agbata Stone, and that's God being our solid rock. And if you haven't listened to it, I think you should. I think you should. It's on YouTube, it's on AudioMac, all the streaming platforms, and we have another one coming again just before the event. So when people get there, they wouldn't be shocked when we're singing these songs. They will be able to sing along. So we have that coming.
Before I leave you, please remind us about the place, time.
Yes. Yeah. So the event is called The Storm. The Storm is an acronym. It represents salvation, transformation, ordination, revelation, and manifestation. You'll get to understand all of that once you come to the worship event. It's happening on the 5th of April, 4:30 p.m. at Freetown School Field, now called Monjasa Park. It's absolutely free. You can come wherever you are in Sierra Leone, even if you're out of Sierra Leone. Please let us know if you want to attend. You're welcome to come and be a part of this glorious encounter. You wouldn't want to be told, so come and experience it yourself, and don't come alone.
All right, Judah, thank you so much. Wizz, I know you won a rap competition, you know, and you've said yourself, you've propelled your legendary this morning, so it would be disservice, you know, to our viewers for you to leave without giving them a taste, or, you know, an appetizer of your delicacy. So if you don't mind, please, you can take perhaps a minute or lesser to entreat us with a strongly worded, you know, lyrical, you know, echo this morning.
Yo, I'm rapping Sierra Leone, the best Sire show. Hope you feel me flame, me next fire blow. You battle with echo, you expire slow. True king of Sierra Leone, watch me go to the crown. I'm so desperate like the youth in town. See me on top the towers when the truth is found. Go through the past before you compare me. For punch and dope line, consider me. So no rich life, like with Jack man, they gon' stay again. I'm not jack of all trade, flow in conscience. Are you words in my bars, but more in conference? Forget about your rappers. Watch through the window, my eyes with different color. Watch through the rainbow, I'm a real gangster, but watch me the lingo. Echo Wizz, when I mark me face, no rapper na this cuts, no go knock me case. Now I bring a hot one, like na packing days. Put on parap, man, I just change the trend. Snitcher everywhere, I just change my friend. I want get the cock, make I just catch the end. Prepare well, before you reach me level. Focus on prayer, before you snitch the devil. This rap part 2 wise, like I just 57. Echo you hot, whose route you take? For reaching at the top, whose route you take? Man, I still doubt why do you choose mistake? They want slow me speed, they want hold me hostage, they want blow me weed, man, they want give me low grade. Not so boku talk Sam, na lyrics for spray, then he make yee, but the lyrics no day. Snitch no go door, no side critics don't play. Already know.
I like this. Like he make yee, but the lyrics no day. Like that's right. I like the alliteration. Surely you'll be seeing yourself perhaps collaborating with the legendary tribe in the future. Do you wish to do so?
Yeah, that's my dream, man.
It was dope. I like that.
Indeed. We're going now. I mean, just remind us about the show, the details. What should people expect from you?
Oh yeah. So I'm going to be in my full element that day because I want to really bring out the heat. So it's going to be on the 4th of April. That's at Bintumani Car Park. The regular is 150. Don't forget, we're going to have a host of other artists like Cow's going to be there. Ellie is going to be there. Famous Camouflage came, and a host of other celebrities are going to be in the building. So come all, tell your friends. It's going to be massive.
Right. I tried. Thank you so much indeed. It's sweeter. Thank you so much, Wizz. Thank you for coming. Mr. Judah, it's a pleasure always to talk to you indeed.
Thank you. Pleasure
on Wake Up. We wish you well in the upcoming program.
Thank you.
All right. This concludes the second segment of Wake Up. We're going for a short break. When we come back, we shall be talking to, Al-Hassan Bangura. Now, Al-Hassan is the National, Secretary General for the Sierra Leone DJs Union. We shall be back.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Rocal Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combra account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service. Showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Rocal SimCopper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, Afri-Money, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Rocal e-banking today. Then join us now. Visit any of our branches or explore our website. Rocal Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
Right, welcome back for the third and final segment of the program for this morning. So if you've been following indeed, in Sierra Leone, you would know how integral DJs are, in the promotion of music or generally talents across Sierra Leone. And since the olden days of, music in Sierra Leone, where we had artists like, Daddy Sarge, FBI, Manzovic Seabold, Lady Lorish, Poop Banja, all these, soba, lyricists and composers which have had. These guys, the DJs, have been quite integral in the entire process. And this morning we've been joined by Al-Hassan Bangura. Al-Hassan is the National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone DJs Union, and he's here to talk about the Sallieu National Music Awards for 2026, which will be happening at the Bintumani Conference Center. It's happening today, actually, at 7 p.m. Good morning, Al-Hassan. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Indeed.
It's a pleasure too.
Let's talk about this program. It's happening today.
Sure.
I read.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So what comprises today's awards? What's in the bag? What categories will you be giving out? And yeah.
Thank you very much. And we actually have a lot of categories being placed for the National Music Awards that will be celebrated today. And in fact, yesterday, last night, we closed the voting session. That has to do with the different categories, like we have the best male and female artist of the year, best song of the year, and we have the best and artist of the year, hip hop artists, and as well as Afrobeat, and we also have reggae artist of the year, and we also cut across those who are playing great role in terms of promoting the music, like the DJs category. We have the Diaspora DJ of the Year, upcoming DJ, a club DJs and a radio DJ. And we also have Diaspora Artist of the Year, series of categories. We're running down to 41 categories in the awards that we are having today.
What's the motivation behind this? Why giving out these awards every year? I know you've been doing it for a long time now.
Well, yeah. It has been 6 years now. We've not been doing it. And 2025, we actually look into how the music industry, entertainment as a whole, spark up in terms of development and seeing how new songs and having successful shows, collaborations and all. So over the past 5 years, we've not been seeing similar things like in 2025. So for us as DJs, we thought it wise that since the 2025 year in entertainment has been very productive, so we decided that let's celebrate those who have been working very hard to make sure the entertainment industry has been nice, to make sure we continue to, follow as in the trend of international standards. So we are acknowledging and also celebrating those who have been doing very well in terms of music and promotions and of course shows, those who are organizing the shows, the labels and all. So that has been the reason why we decided in 2026 to celebrate 2025 year of entertainment.
If we were to look at the development of music generally, you're one of the right people to talk to because you've been here for a while. A lot of time people debate, comparing olden music to, contemporary sounds, and how beats have changed, even the mastering of songs, finding our identity now, unique beats for Sierra Leone. How has it been like, from a neutral perspective as someone who has actually been there for a long time?
It has been tough, comparing olden days music to, the Gen Z music now we're hearing. That has been tough, because there's this debate that is going out, the olden days songs or Gen Z songs, which is actually being preferable. Because when you look at the two sounds, it all depends to how you may define or how you decide to actually look into how those songs have been playing. Because taking out the olden days songs, people will tend to tell you, those who are elderly will tell you, who prefer olden days song compared to now. And the young ones now coming, they will tell you, we prefer now than before. But in terms of development in the music sector, I believe of recent, we have a lot of development taking place because the intervention of technology has actually expanded as to how we've been looking at how olden days music we are played in terms of mastering, in terms of even streaming. Back then, it is very difficult to stream Sierra Leone music online. But now, I can tell you, you go to all social media platforms, you can see Sierra Leone songs, you can find them there, quality ones, those have been mastered. Of course, we have international and engineers and producers that have been coming to the country to also add into what we are doing. Of course, I also want to give kudos to our producers that we are having, who have been very, very professional in terms of production, because we are comparing olden days songs to recent songs. I would tell you in terms of quality, we have been producing quality than once before.
Okay, so these awards, we do have several organizations, well, many organizations giving awards, and sometimes annually. It has been rumored many times that some of these organizations do take bribes from some of the nominees to ensure that they get the award. So basically, it's not done on merit. What's your selection process like? Is it, do you have modalities in place to ensure fairness and transparency in your eventual selection of winners of your awards?
Thank you very much. I think I want to toe the line of what you're saying earlier on. You know, we've learned a lot from previous awards that have been organized by organizers. And so we thought it wise that coming in after 6 years, we've not been organizing these awards, coming in again to reactivate award system in our union. We thought it wise that these questions that you're asking are questions that have been asked from even outsiders and nominees as well. And I would like to say this particular award is one of the most credible awards ever organized in the history of Sierra Leone. And the reason why I'm saying this is the platform that we set wasn't standard. That is to say, before then, when organizers are organizing the awards, when nominees have been nominated or you've been voted for, you don't even know what your score mark will be. But in these awards, the platform that we set, that if I'm a nominee during my the category, from the time voting starts till the time it closes, you know your status. You know how many votes have been casted for you. So even before the peak of the awards, you already know your position. It is an automated system that is being placed in the website that we have. We have a website that people vote, and any vote that you vote reflects on the website. And it's been counted that you've got 300 votes, and this other person that you're competing with also have 200, 300, 500, as the case may be. So in terms of transparency, this has been the very first award that is very transparent, and it is not easy for someone to say, okay, I'll sell the award to you, because you're going to see the results in the interface of voters that are doing their votes. So how can you sell awards? It's quite impossible.
Okay, so your website, is that the only medium through which people can vote for their nominees? Yeah,
the website is there to collect the voting that are coming in.
Okay.
But there are different mediums we use in terms of voting. Like we use the MoneyMe in terms of the internet. You go online, you either use a credit card for those who are in the diaspora. For us in Sierra Leone, we use AfriMoney or Orange Money to do the voting. There are short codes given to all the nominees. And we have also the system that we put together that you can go through. For an instance, if you want to vote for a nominee, you just need to dial *715*, and then you put 8236033#. And when you send, there is a drop-down menu that will come down that will ask you to indicate the person you want to vote for, the code. If I enter the 3-digit code, the next option that will come, it will take you to the category of the nominee. And you will see the number in which nominee is being placed. There I have to click on the one for the nominee. When I send, it will take you down to a menu that will show you the amount you want to vote for the particular nominee you want to vote for. And then the last process is for you to enter your PIN, and then you've done your vote. After that voting, that amount that you vote for will appear in the website as in you voted for 20 points or 30 points or 100 points or 70 points immediately in that person's account.
Is voting still open?
No, it has been closed midnight.
Okay, so the show is, the awards, we're expecting to have the awards tonight?
Yes, yes.
Can you take us through time, place?
All right, the award is actually scheduled for today at the Bintumani Conference Center, and we're going to start at 8. Red carpet starts at 8 to 10, and at 10 we start the official program with performances. And then we have guest speakers. Of course, we also have invitees from different MDAs, and also entertainment colleagues are going to be there to grace that whole occasion. And we're expecting it to be a corporate event. That is why we take it to the Bintumani Conference Center, because we've been doing it all this while in an open door. So to also add some value in what we're doing as DJs, so we decided to actually bring this award this time around at the Bintumani Conference Center.
Okay, so as we round off, what will be your final words to viewers?
Well, I think
about the award.
Yeah, I would like to say we are asking that they come out in large number to support the entertainment industry. We are doing this for the entertainment industry, not for ourselves, to also promote what they are doing. And so I want to call on them tonight. Let's meet at the Bintumani Conference Center, as we're there to celebrate and also commemorate those who have been working very hard in the entertainment industry. And we also want to say thanks and appreciation to our major partners and sponsors like the AYV and the Slick TV, and as well as the radio stations, various radio stations. I cannot be able to mention all of them, but we do appreciate them. And to our partner, Eminence, we really want to say thanks to them. They've been with us through this process, and want to say thanks and appreciation to all our colleagues DJs who have been working very hard to make sure this day today becomes a successful day. So we're hoping to see them today at the Bintumani Conference Center.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bangura. It's always a pleasure to have you on Wake Up Sierra Leone.
Thank you.
This is where we'll end today's edition of Wake Up Sierra Leone. We want to say thank you very much to our sponsor for their support of the show, and of course to our audience. We do appreciate your views, your comments, and your inputs. Until we meet again for another interesting edition of Wake Up Sierra Leone, I am Alimata George.
Yes, indeed, and I am Victor Jones. Continued appeal for us to turn down the toxicity, the negativity, and embrace national development. You know, you can too make a change wherever you're working from, across any sector which you're choosing. You know, it's just a collective responsibility to make our nation a better place. Indeed, I want to thank you very much indeed to you, our dear viewers, you've been quite consistent, you know, in watching our programs. You wake up each morning, you know, to follow on what's happening across Sierra Leone and across the world. It's generosity we do not take for granted. And we shall be here again next week, Monday at 8 a.m. in the morning, to continue what we do best, to ask questions to those whom you've chosen to lead us. Do have a splendid Friday and a blessed weekend. Juma Mubarak. Goodbye.